right, gang. Welcome to another Wake Up Humans with our special right-hand man, Dr. Drew Henderson. How are you, brother?
Man, I am near perfect. It's a Monday evening and I'm loving it. It's a great day in the office and just cranking, come home, get on this thing and just see where we go, right?
That's right, my man. As they
See
say,
where we go.
chiropractic world innate provides, right?
Oh man, like you know, people like ask me at this past DE, like, do y'all prepare for these? Like, yeah, I prepared for 49 years.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
ready.
That's right.
I've been prepared, bro. We don't we don't need to complicate it.
No, you've been working on this an entire lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah. Even before we knew we were, like, still working on it.
Well, it's amazing how all your past will draw on the current, right?
Oh my gosh. I was talking about that the other day. How I used to work on governor's staff when Zell Miller was governor and worked at the governor's mansion. Technically not on his staff because of economics, but just whatever was needed to do out there, ground stuff, inside, whatever. But like they they nurtured me and took me in. Um, Zell Miller, that was the governor then, and Shirley, his wife, and just really taught me how to act and behave.
Hmm.
Told me that like I was enough. Um, don't be ashamed of like being country because he's country. He's more country than I am. you
Really?
know. Yeah, he was. He passed away a few years ago. But his mom built their rock house they live in Young Harris, Georgia. And she built it with her hands. And I'm getting chilled, man. I say that all the time, but I really am. And she got like rocks from the river below them brought up there and mixed up the mud, and you can still see her fingerprints in the mud of that house that she packed in there by hand.
Come on.
Yep. Yep. And until the day he died, he spent every Christmas morning in that house and he was up in his 90s.
Wow. I
Yeah.
always wonder, I want to build something like that in my backyard. The one
Hmm.
part I can't figure out is how to do the roof. How does she do the roof?
It's just like it's like a house. It's a normal house. It's just rock,
Even the
you know.
roof is
Oh no, I mean it's shingles, but like it's just a normal house, but the walls, there's no siding, it's just rock. The
that's
whole
awesome.
thing is rock. And he was an old Marine and we went by there the other day and there's still a Marine flag out on the porch, and he's been dead a while, but
Who lives there?
still that.
Who lives there now?
I don't know. I don't know. I know Miss Miller's still alive, I believe, um, but she's getting on up in years too. And then funny thing is, he uh, um, he was on CNN or NBC wherever, and they were kind of you know, just get him in a rock and a hard spot. And I think it was Chris Matthews, that old news guy, started asking him questions. He's like, listen, pal, you're not going to browbeat me like you did that young woman a minute ago. I'm right outside your studio on Capitol grounds. You want to come out here? I'm going to challenge you to a duel. And he
Ah,
got mad.
that's
Like he was
awesome.
ready to
Call him
fight him.
out.
Yeah, he's ready to fight. I love that. Love that.
And he was the governor?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, he was good to me, man. Everybody out there was good to me.
How did you end up with that job?
My dad worked for the state and just, you know, knew everybody, and that was just how it was. Started the day after I turned 16.
What did your dad do?
Worked for the agriculture department.
Agriculture?
Yeah, he over the seed division, weights and measures, I think. And even like lottery balls, he was working when they started the lottery. Um, they would have to weigh the lottery balls every week to make sure they weighed exactly the same so there's not some advantage.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really weigh them. He just over that. But and then seed division, you know how like you buy a bag of grass seed, it says like 97% germination rate. 97% will come up. They had to get the seed, get 100 seed out, plant them, and make sure 97% came up.
Wow.
Yeah. So, that's what he done.
I remember
But
doing
man,
mission trips to Panama. It was like the agriculture department ran the country.
yeah.
They were powerful men.
Oh, yeah. And, I don't know about in America now, but if we don't have food, bro, we're going to starve.
Right.
We're going to starve. It's,
Yeah, we don't have food. That don't make sense. We'll starve.
yeah. I'm Captain Obvious.
So in the world you live in, right, where there's a lot of farmers around you, what do they think is happening to the culture of farming? Like, is it going to become extinct with what, if you listen to what people are saying, it's like there's going to be no more farms in 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, what China is buying up farmland in
Yeah.
America. Bill Gates is one of the largest farm owners in America.
Right.
Um, even like John Deere, we think, oh yeah, green and yellow, John Deere, Moline, Illinois, um, heartland of America, right there next to Palmer Chiropractic College, just across the river. But now you buy a tractor from them, you can't work on it yourself. Like
Really?
they won't let you
Why?
because it's proprietary information. They have to come out, and I don't mean like little tractors. I mean like these big, massive, you know, $1.5 million combines that's working. That
Right.
they won't let you work on them. I think there's a lawsuit coming, or they're in one.
Well, I
You know,
mean, I don't know who makes Toro. Is that American or like Japanese or something?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because these farmers get together and say, we'll just use a different product.
Yeah, we go Massey, we go to Case.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know all
but
the
then
names.
when all your stuff is, it's just like I've got an Android, you got an iPhone. Um, all my stuff is backed up on Google. Yours is backed up on iCloud.
Right.
It's hard to change.
Right.
Like we're kind of in it. You
Yeah.
know, I, I've got all Makita cordless drills and stuff. I can't use DeWalt or Milwaukee. I've got Makita.
Hmm.
You know,
It's like Sierra and I visited Life University this past weekend for Leadership Weekend. And it's really, by the grace of God, chiropractic's one of those professions that can't be replaced by AI.
no,
I mean, I think to some element there'll be some like machine adjusting machine, but it's not you can't duplicate the hands-on, right?
no.
But it's like a runaway train with what's coming out with AI. I mean, we went out
Oh,
to
it's insane.
Sierra and I went out to dinner with a buddy, and he's got one of those Teslas, and the car drove us home. He had his hands crossed the whole time. Sierra was having a heart attack. What if this? What if that? Well, he goes, no, not going to happen. And literally 5, 6 miles had to go, and this thing turned, parked. The thing even pulled out of the parking spot and pulled up to the restaurant to grab us.
That's insane.
Insane, bro. And it's just the beginning.
Dude,
Just
every time I see that, I think of that movie, Maximum Overdrive. You remember that?
no.
With the machines that started killing people?
You wonder.
Yeah. The machines got a mind of their own, and they're like, screw this. We're going to start killing everybody. Coke machines were killing people. They were
For real?
shooting Coca-Cola cans at them. Yeah. The soundtrack to that is Who Made Who AC/DC album. That's the whole soundtrack.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy.
Maximum overdrive.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
we're
From the
heading for a little bit
80s,
of that,
man.
eh?
From the 80s. Yeah, you got to look. But like, it makes you wonder, what's going to happen?
It's
What's going to
replacing
happen?
human intelligence, man.
Yeah, and even, we have great chiropractors that use like a table mounted adjusting instrument and stuff. Um, but the analysis is still done by hand.
Yeah,
Analysis will always have to be done by hand.
right.
you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's a whole different animal. Within our profession is do people have an analysis?
Yeah.
That's a big
Yeah.
one. We just have one of these jokester offices open close to us, and I know there's no analysis or training or passion for
Mm.
the adjustment. It's really just upselling to vitamins and shockwave bullshit. So it's not getting the adjustment. We've just got 6 new patients from it because people are like, "What's going on with this?"
Yeah. Yeah. A new guy come in today. Um, and we don't really advertise anything. We like sponsor anything that a patient asks us to sponsor,
Right.
because we want to just show them that we appreciate them. But he come in, um, goes to this other person, like probably 30 minutes away. So he's driving a little bit. And he said that he came because he knows that he's heard that he'll get adjusted here. I'm like, yeah, you're going to get adjusted, man. That's all we do. I don't know anything else. He's
Speaking of
like, what
adjusting,
about a TENS unit?
I
I'm like,
hope
I
you
don't
got
know.
I hope you got adjusted today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. Got adjusted Saturday, checked, adjusted this morning, checked this evening. That was it.
Well, we had every plan to come out there and support you, and then and we'll talk about it in a minute about the long. How many miles did you end up doing?
I think 25, 26, 24, something. I've done the first 12 in Crocs,
Yeah, you were planning on doing just 12, right?
or 12 hours. I done those in 12 hours.
Oh
So
shit.
I signed up for 24-hour race, and I'm like, my goal was just to stay there till you know 8 p.m. and then however many miles I logged, how many miles I logged. So they had a guy we know. He was on the Blackstone cooking quesadillas, chalupas, hamburgers, um, grilled peanut butter sandwiches. I'm like, dude, every lap I'm hanging out for 10, 15 minutes eating.
That's what I wanted to come for. We were obviously at Life Leadership and then ended up uh ending up at my cousin's house. They gathered the whole family together. I haven't seen them in years, so I'm like, I can't say no to that. We had a,
No, you
we
need
had
to go
a great
see
time.
that. And it's boring, like it's a 1 mile loop. You saw me ever like 19 minutes.
Oh
Like,
wow.
what are you gonna do, bro? It's good. It's good. But it was fun at 2:05 um Sunday morning. They James Hearn, um it's Hearn 100 that's in the chair. He got his 100 miles at 2:05 in the AM.
So explain the event again. We did a podcast talking about it in the past, and you can refresh people on who that was with and where to go. But let's get into that event. I think it's really
Yeah,
cool.
FCA, Fellowship Christian Athletes, University of North Georgia. Um, they put on this event. It's a 24-hour endurance race with a 5K, and it was just raising money for the FCA. And then James Hearn, a smart as a whip guy, he's in a wheelchair, um, and he's not very verbal, but he's smart. Like he can type and send amazing messages to you, and they wanted to make sure that he got 100 miles in his chair. He loves that. So
Really?
that's what they done. Yeah, that's what they done. They pushed him 100 miles in
And how long did
what?
that take them?
What? It was 2 a.m. So that was what? 16 hours? No,
Wow.
no, 18 hours. 18 hours. They just
That
cranking, man,
that's wild.
cranking. You know, and
And
he's
was it
he's
the same
loving
guy
every minute
pushing
of
him
it.
was it the same guy pushing him the whole time?
Yeah, they had like a little team. Um, because it's James probably weighs, I don't know how much, but I'd say maybe 160, 150, 160. Chair probably weighs 20 or 30. So it's getting pushing 200 pounds. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
That's tough. So they were cranking, man. Had great sponsors there, sponsorship, great turnout. But then, about 8, 9 o'clock, that crowd gets thin, dude. That crowd gets thin.
Did it?
It's
Yeah.
a few people still left, and I just wanted to get my 12 hours in, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I was good to go. Got sunburnt. That's the only trouble I had. Sunburnt in the back of my legs. I'm like, oh, you know, but it's good. It
So
was
did you
great.
hang out there the whole time or you went home?
I went home probably 8:30 or 9.
Okay.
It's you get older, it's hard to stay up late after walking for 12 hours.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, yeah. But
That's a
it's but one hand's like halfway through it, I'm like, man, I'm ready to go to the house. And then the other half, when I got done, I'm like, I want to do another one of these.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like that dichotomy, and like the heat was unbearable. Like, heat index of 105. That's if it was December, shoot, I'd still be walking.
Yeah, it was hot that weekend.
Yeah, it just drains you. And then I really slowed down I was watching my heart rate. It was hard to get it back down a little. I would rest and make sure it come down. And then last couple of laps, I'm like, it's not coming down. I just better go have a quesadilla and chill out a minute.
Quesadilla. So
You don't want to hurt yourself.
how many miles did you end up walking?
Think 25, 26, something like that.
Awesome.
It's yeah, it's not bad. Then we just hung out like half the time, like know so many people there. We take care of so many people there. Um, Buddy of mine comes in the office. He's a ultra runner too. He's like, here, I'm gonna push James really hard, like hard as I can for a couple of miles. And he said James was just loving it, just smiling and happy. He said, man, we were flying around there.
Really?
Yeah. So he told him to hang on, and he's talking to him the whole way, he said.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Love that James got his 100 miles in.
And it's great to have that community supporting you. Like I saw a picture online and it was, the wheelchair and what's his name?
Josh.
Josh pushing him,
Yeah.
but then there was a couple guys on either side of him, and they were all pretty fit, man. And I'm like,
Oh man.
what a great energy. Like you can just feel it from the picture, these guys supporting this guy in the wheelchair and taking their weekend to do this. And they were all
Yeah.
smiling and it could have been the first mile, but it didn't look like it. It looked like they were 20 miles into it.
Yeah, and they're just such good guys.
Yeah.
Like love people, love the Lord, just good guys, and just that one may be pushing, but all of them still running,
They
you
were all
know.
together, right? So did he
Yeah.
run the whole thing or did they walk a lot of it?
Yeah, when it got so hot, you just have to walk 100 yards or so just because 105 heat index is hot. It's
That's awesome.
hot. You got to take care of yourself. And then Josh's mother-in-law, Sarah, his wife's mom, she was there, and she's just so loving and caring, and just to all those boys and to James, and just so. I think she might have been the hardest worker there because every lap she would have like 4 fresh water bottles, 4 fresh wet rags for them. Just everything ready to go, set up for them.
And it was around a track.
No, they just blocked off the road at a University of North Georgia on one of their satellite campuses. Just blocked
Okay.
off the road, and 1 mile loop over and over.
So it was a big circle.
Yeah,
Wow. So they went around that thing 100 times.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
I know, just monotonous, just
And
over and over.
Josh did 100 miles, or they did it as a group. Did he take a break?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he did 100. Like,
Wow.
I left. I mean, when I left, he had been running the whole time. So, I'm like, you boys are crazy. I'm out.
We got to get him back on here to talk through the experience because
Yeah,
that's a lot of love. And like there's some kind of bigger mission purpose to be able to sustain that,
yeah,
to create another man's joy for a
mhm,
day. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's huge, man. That speaks volume.
mm, yeah. And and they love James, like his uh his wife, his wife's family, his mother-in-law, James, his kids, um, everybody loves James Certain. So they just surround him with love like all the time.
Were there a lot of students from the college there?
No, they're out right now. They're out
Oh,
of
they
school.
are.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how they can block everything off.
I was gonna say that probably made it easier because that'd be kind of cool to have hundreds of students there just screaming,
Yeah.
participating.
Yeah. That I love that energy. Love the energy.
And I was gonna say, but to also feel that energy of that brotherhood it's a great for someone to feel that.
Yeah. Yeah. And just really just and I would just start crying sometimes there just to see how well they loved James. They just loved him very well. Like
Did
everybody
he have
there did.
did he have to go to the bathroom in the middle of it or anything? Or
Yeah, they had like a handicap big porta potty that they would go in there and do what they need to with him.
okay.
And
Gosh, man, what a freaking thing. What a level of service.
yeah,
That's
and that's
awesome.
it. It's just and they may not know the term lasting purpose, but
But
it's
they
living lasting purpose. That's what it is.
know. Yeah, they certainly know it. That's for
Yeah,
sure. They're living it.
yeah, they
That's
are.
awesome, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
yeah. I'm
glad-
ready to do another one.
I used to watch Tammy give birth, right? I was there for every single one of them. And you see what they go through, and then they hold the baby at the end of it all, and they're like, she would say, "This makes me want to have another one." And I'm like, "You are nuts. Just going
All
what
right, listen.
ah,
I got a theory about this. Um,
okay.
make some people upset, but it's just me and my straight thinking. All right, as a dude, we've all been hit below the belt before. We've all done it. I think that has to be worse pain than giving birth because hold on. I'm going with this because have you ever been hit below the belt and then 2 or 3 years later, like I think we should do that again?
Yeah, but we're wusses, man. Yeah, no, never.
No,
Yeah, I get where your
no,
theory
dude.
went from.
No, we could not do that. We could not deal with a cycle. We could not deal with hormones that they deal with. Like we are wusses, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's
We
not
are
like you're
wusses.
getting kicked in the nuts and a baby's coming out, or you got like a Porsche in the driveway, and you're saying, "All right, I'll go through it again if I'm going to end up with that."
Maybe. I mean, just like a few days ago, I guess it was January, DE, or April, DE, landed in Tampa, got off the plane. I'm like, man, something is here blooming I can't handle. By the time I got to the hotel, I was feeling horrible. It was fine, pushed through, stayed in the meeting room the whole time. But O'Halloran or somebody asked, like, hey, where's Drew? And I was there. He didn't see me. Somebody's like, oh, he's got a man cold. He's on the verge of death. Like, dude, men are wusses. We can't handle nothing,
It's a fact, man.
you know.
100% fact.
Yeah, we can't handle it.
No.
We are so weak compared to women,
God knew
you
what he
know.
was doing, man. He knew who
Yeah.
to pick to have the babies. There's some guys out there now trying to do it, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I want to see how that pans out.
The population control.
Yeah, it's just insane, bro. We are living in an insane world right now,
Yeah.
you
But we
know.
always have been. We always have been. We
Yeah.
just need less subluxated people.
Yeah. And that's 95% of it is subluxated people,
Right.
and it's and we are talking earlier about people driving because they know they can get a chiropractic adjustment. But one thing I can't do is adjust myself,
Ah,
because I don't know if I'm subluxated or not.
right.
I believe BJ Palmer when he said, no, you can't do that. Can't
Dr.
do that.
Jill LaMarche shared his story at Leadership Weekend. Have you ever heard his story?
Oh, it's a great story.
And he made a statement in there that because he's a chiropractor, right? So he had chiropractic friends, and he'd get adjusted by this guy, that guy, this guy, and I talked to him. I said we should have him on the show and let him share his story because it's a
Yeah,
powerful story.
love that.
And chiropractic saved his life, but he had to become a patient, a proper patient, right? Where he went to the same person, got checked regularly with the proper intention, and it literally saved his life.
Hmm.
Saved his life, bro. And I'm like, people need to hear this story. So I
Hmm.
had mentioned to him, I'm like, Jill, we gotta get you on and just let you share that. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, what a hell he's a hell of a guy, man, but he's come through a lot and he's quote unquote not supposed to be on this planet. And he is.
No, no,
Yeah.
and that story, and then the way he pulled his quad. He tell you about that? I mean,
Yeah.
and it's healing back. And they were like, no, you got to do this. You got to have surgery. And it's just, and and it's not just a guy. Like this is one of the leaders of the chiropractic school we went to.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, it was coming off DE and just having Coach Kaiser there and Dr. Downs, which brings us back to when we were there.
Hmm.
And just the whole story of how the school started and then how Dr. Sid, started the basketball program before he had a basketball court. And then
Yeah.
walking into that gymnasium and just knowing how it, and pulling on campus with how it all started was just pretty cool. It was really, it was cool that it was like, all right, one man's vision. And here we are, what, 50 years later,
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh.
it's rocking.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
rocking.
It is. It is. And it's I know a lot of times after DE, especially when we were in Marietta more, over at the ballpark. After DE, I would just drive by there Sunday, and it just knowing the history there
Yeah.
and the time and the hours and the years spent there that we both spent there that just guided and directed our lives and the growing up that we did there, coming of age that we done there.
Right. From a
Just
flooded a
it's a
flooded warehouse to that. We had lunch because Sierra's probably going to play lacrosse there, and we had lunch with
mhm,
the lacrosse coach. And she's the girl that started the program at 21 years old. She's 31. So on the way there, I said, Sierra, tell me about this coach. And she pulled up a couple of her like Instagram posts, and it was all about life and energy and healing and innate. And I'm like, this is a lacrosse coach. Like, this is dynamic. And I was
yeah.
expecting, maybe like a 45-year-old, maybe, 40-year-old. She's 31 years old now. And this girl's a dynamo, man. Her energy was just, it was DE lasting purpose.
Yep.
And here she is
Yep.
waiting for us, and we landed a little later. So she sat and waited, and she was an absolute doll. And she had her lacrosse, uh, you know, zip up on the, like her uniform
Hmm.
zip up, and it said committed in big green letters on it. So I'm like, why does that say committed? And she said, committed is bigger than interested.
Hmm.
She gave a whole discussion on, well, you could be interested in something, but if you're not committed, so their whole slogan is you got to be committed. We're committed to win. We're committed to work hard, excel. And man, I was like, this is a 31-year-old girl, bro. And she went off
Yeah.
and coached, started the program, then left and was coaching at a D1 program in Virginia and decided I want to come back to life. Like I miss that environment and the people. And she was telling us how when they started the program, the score clocks, the timers, like you've got 20 seconds to shoot. Her and her brothers put them together. They
Oh.
had to buy them and they built them by hand, and they still use them. I'm like, and they're playing on a multi-million-dollar turf field now. That it wasn't like that, you know,
Mhm.
10 years ago, I guess. So it was just that whole mindset that Sid created there with the, because they're all tech, lasting purpose, giving, loving, serving. And I'm like, he started that 50 years ago
Yeah.
and it's still going. So just
Yeah.
walking around there was like, wow, Sid, good job, brother. Like
It is a special place.
it was just special. And there's other
You
great
know,
chiropractic schools, but it's all, Sierra wants to play lacrosse. This has
mhm.
ton of activity going on that's great chiropractically. So it makes, it makes the realization of you can't beat Dr. Sid, bro. And you
Yeah.
got some good leaders there working hard, doing a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. They're doing their damnedest to do the best they can.
That's
They
right.
really are. Like, they're it's great. And like just just the camaraderie that's there of like just like the coach building the signs that lit up her and her brother. Uh, I don't know. I feel a lot of that, like, because I was there when we lost our accreditation that time.
Right.
And it was just like that school got real small.
Yeah.
We were all in it together. I even talked to the landscaping guys, the grounds crew. I'm like, hey, um, will y'all leave like the building unlocked or the shed or something? I get a blower and I'll blow up down there in the little village thing, that 19th century little village, with the old houses and barns. Um,
Right.
because I love that because that kind of remind me of home, and I'm like, I can't do much, but I can blow the leaves up, and I just blew them into the creek, let the creek wash them away. But,
They weren't even doing
it,
landscaping anymore.
do what?
They weren't even doing landscaping anymore.
No, I mean, just the vital stuff. That was not vital, because a lot of people were leaving. They would do stuff around the main buildings, but that just kind of, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So it was I don't know. It's a special place though, dude.
Yeah. Like we got to keep it going.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been the Mecca for a reason.
yeah, yeah. It
And,
is.
there's a lot going on that front that we won't talk about, but it's all good stuff.
It is. It is.
And
It's
their
all
accreditation,
coming to good fruition.
it's all coming along.
Yeah. And in 3 years from now, we'll be like, damn, that's it. Like, it's great, you know.
But it's like when that stuff was going down, and then everybody kind of left DE, and Sid was going through a rough time, and it was down to 20 of us. And then we were like, we had to jump in,
Mhm.
and we were running the AV and everything by ourselves. There's a picture of us like sitting back there, like you and Eddie, particularly running the whole thing, and running the music off iPads, and wow, what a crazy freaking time.
Yeah. And and a few hours before the program started, I'm trying to type up a program and get it printed and folded so we have a program.
That's right.
Just like the woman making the signs with the light bulbs. It's just like, you know, everybody's working.
Yeah.
Everybody's working.
Gosh, like you can't forget where you came from, man. Like just talking
Mhm.
about that, it's like you kind of forget, you don't forget, but uh, it explains a lot, especially some of the hostility we had and stupid shit we said and things we blew up
Mhm.
on. That now we're a little more mature and we've actually succeeded greatly. It's like it's humbling.
It is. It is. And I love that long-term consistency,
Yeah,
just that long term. And it's like doing things for the sake of doing them. It's I know probably, I don't know, 18, 19 years ago, you were coming to speak. It wasn't Saturday night. That used to be Santo and some of those guys.
right.
You were like on like Saturday or Friday during the day or sometime. And you're like, hey, if you don't mind, let me know when this person's about to speak, when he gets up there, and then I'll know I can come down. And I don't even know if you're like in the room now, but as soon as Lieberman, he usually speaking before you starts, I will still text you, Lieberman
Yeah,
just started.
and
Like,
I love
I don't
that.
even know where you're at, but I just want, because you asked me to do that like 15 years ago. And I'm like, I'm going to keep doing that. just because I want to,
Right.
you know. And like you're ready to go, you're probably mic'd up in the back. I don't know. I'm sitting like midways up, um, but I'm still gonna let you know.
I got such a routine that if my
Yeah,
family comes to DE, they know basically, all right, from this time on, just stay away from them. I don't even go
I
eat. I
know.
don't eat. I don't even eat before I talk. I get nervous. I get, so that text like really greatly helps me because it's like it just does. It's like it's become part of a thing.
Yeah, 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 exactly. It's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I know you don't need it, but I kind of need it because it's just part of DE,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah. Hope Lieberman and Eddie aren't upset. I don't send them one. They
Ah,
never ask.
well, no, Eddie's poor guy's coming right back from dinner time, so but he's probably not eating either, knowing Eddie.
No. And we only get nervous because it's important.
Yeah, you don't want to suck. You want to impact people. You want to, it's a moment, for the greater good of the profession to to help people break through. I mean,
Mhm.
it's the greatest spot in the profession for people to find their purpose and passion in chiropractic.
Yeah.
That it's that room. And that's not to knock what anyone else is doing. They're doing great things. It's just like walking on the campus of life and the history and the energy, that the vibe there is just embedded on that stage. And you've said it before, and guys, people have said it. You could bring in a guest speaker, but it's like once they hit that stage, they come off the stage like, wow, there was something really that's a tough space because it holds so much power and history.
Mhm. Yeah.
You
And
know?
and even at life, um, like the history there, but then like Sierra's family history there.
Right,
Like my dad studied over there.
right.
That's where my dad learned.
Oh, dude, I was pointing out, well, this is where Dr. Sid's office used to be. I used to go in there and sit and talk to him. And oh, I had a class in this room right here. And just
Yeah.
seeing the different spots it was wild, bro. And thinking of myself, shit, 30 years ago, walking
Yeah.
around that campus.
The
Bizarre.
bingo hall, and the Wailing Wall. You remember the Wailing Wall?
Yeah, oh God, I wailed.
Yeah. And everybody knew everybody's ID number. So we would just go up, hey, check mine. All right. Mine was 91232. Go check mine. Boom, there it is.
My friends in study group would get there and they were all, 90s, and they'd be all hugging excited. And then they'd step back and kind of watch me. And I just needed to get like that passing grade. I was like, yes. And they would be so happy, like supportive, because I was the least smart in the whole group, but I passed. I'm moving on to sixth quarter with them. That's all they wanted. We got to have you.
Yeah.
And then
C for chiropractic.
I stood outside that wall and looked at it the other day, like, wow,
Yeah. And
incredible.
you can see where those cabinets used to be,
Yep.
you know. And if nobody knows, like the Wailing Wall is where they posted all the grades. Each cabinet had quarter one, quarter two, all the way to quarter 14. Each class, you had your student ID number. You would go and see what you made in the class.
You just had your
That was
number.
the report card.
That was it. And everyone would pull up. Oh shit. I got that feeling in my chest just thinking about it.
No, right. It's and like we would set out like right there where Dr. Sid's office was, that building, that little side door that was not on the front that
Yeah.
went right into that little pathway. We would
Yeah.
set at those picnic tables out there. And, Dr. Sid like was a celebrity on campus,
Right.
you know, and we're just waiting on him to come out. And we'd be sitting over there. He'd come out. Well, hey boys, how you doing on your studying? Do you have the word for the test? So what do you mean the word? Like you got the answers. Like, yeah, no, we got it. We're good. Let's go take it. That's it. And then he would talk to us, lean
Yeah.
on us a while, ask us how tall we were, and go to the next table.
It's amazing, like how he would approach people on campus and just talk about stuff like where did it come from?
Yeah.
Like I was thinking that the other day, like you just said, the how tall are you? And
Yeah,
Silly things that just helped you relax.
I know.
Yeah.
But that was who he was,
Who he was, man. That's who he was.
was never nervous with him,
No.
never nervous. He just, I don't know, man. Next to like some family members and grandparents and stuff, like it's Dr. Sid right there with them,
That's right. That's right.
just right there in the mix. Like parents, grandparents get you like kind of to adulthood, adolescence. And then there's other people that come in that kind of take the reins over and guide you on into adulthood and shape us and mold us and hold us accountable, you know, hit you on your chest with his backhand with his big Georgia Tech ring. Like,
Oh,
oh, that hurt, you know.
and
But
then
that was it.
give you profound marital advice. Don't monkey with another monkey's monkey.
Or you might have a gorilla on your hands,
Yeah.
you know. But and Dr. Nail, like we talk about Dr. Sid a lot, but it wouldn't be there without Dr. Nail.
No, no, she was the rock, man.
Yeah, yeah.
She was
She
the
was
rock.
she was still adjusting patients. He was trying to build the school. Uh, go drive him around late at night just to calm him down, and just he had so much going on in his head.
Imagine the conversations they had in that Cadillac.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Conversations with her and him, the Umbers and him, just I know they said it, Dr. Umber said in that interview we done that they were sitting in the floor of one of the warehouse looking at floor plans, and a guy walked in and said, is this where the chiropractic school is? They like, yes,
Came
sir, it is.
for a student.
Yep, that was it, you know.
That's
And it's
awesome.
the bingo hall, all the epigrams on the wall like Palmer has, you know,
Yeah,
working will win when wishing won't.
that's right.
Love that one. Love that one.
That's right.
Pedal to the metal.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. We
Well,
but Dee's changed the profession, saved the profession multiple times.
yeah.
Multiple times it has, you know.
And we had a great interaction, me, you, Lieberman, and Martinez yesterday. We had a fun text that we won't share here, but you came up with something absolutely brilliant and just kind of part of our visioneering of next steps and moving forward. And I think we kind of came up with the next theme of DE
Yep.
uh, that we could probably create with every single speaker, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be great and fun and hilarious and powerful and strong and just like the coach said, commitment.
Commitment. You're either
That's it.
commitment or you're interested.
Yeah.
Powerful, man.
Love that.
Powerful.
Love that. Our women's basketball team up here went to the Elite Eight this year, and up at North Georgia, University of North Georgia. Back of their shirts says WD greater than sign WS. I asked the coach, I'm like, hey, what's that mean? I don't get it. She's like, what you do is greater than what you say.
Oh,
What you say don't matter. What you do is greater than what you say.
it's all the same principle, man. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be great. And even this thing right here, I'm not going to share much, but things that's on this is going to catapult the profession even higher. I'm working on it. We'll
All
talk
right.
about it when this ends. It's coming.
Okay. I
It's
got
coming.
faith. I got faith in your brilliance. When do you take over the GCC? When's that happening?
What, December, I think. So it's
You
either
still
I
do?
will get impeached or they'll sing for he was a jolly good fellow. either one, or I may get impeached. I don't know.
You
It's going to be great, man. GCC is an awesome organization. Awesome organization.
know who I ran into on campus, and I didn't realize this was walked into a room and it was Mopal. They were doing things with the kids, and she jumped up and down. Nicole Poirier. Is that how you pronounce her last
Yeah.
name? She's done
Yeah.
work. Wasn't she on your board for a while?
Yeah. Yeah. She was probably 10 years ago, 12.
I mean, what loving energy, and she's excited. I'm like, and she'll be teaching Sierra. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Like, that
Yeah.
was
And
cool.
yeah. And she knows chiropractic.
She knows it. She's lived it. She practices. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. She's great. It's I'll make sure we tag her in this so she can see it. It's
Absolutely.
she's yeah, she's powerhouse. And there's a lot of powerhouses there, you know.
100%. Danny Gambino.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's on campus
Gambino's awesome.
now. Sharon Gorman. It was just really good people that, they were there at DE, like all in, they're fired up, and they're still like they carry that spirit with them that are really good for the students.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
And
really good.
Gambino, man, he saw me last year when he first got back here, and he like, listen, if I can ever do anything for the GCC, you just let me know.
That guy
Like,
doesn't age, bro.
yeah,
He doesn't age. The guy looks amazing.
no, yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. I think a lot of him. I think a lot of people there,
Yeah.
you know.
They got the
Even Dr. Fox, hard soft tissue,
hardest teacher I've ever had in my life.
right? Right? It's I man, I went on a school tour the other day, or not the other day, it's probably 2 years ago, with a prospective student that's in like fifth quarter now. And we walked in his room while he was teaching, and he was all, so do you know what this is? And how, I don't know if I just guessed it right. I don't know if it was just given to me or what. I said, I don't know about that, but the next slide is corduroy vertebra. I know that much. And he's like, you kidding me? I'm like, no, I'm not. Should you click the next slide? It's corduroy vertebra.
Come on.
Yep. Yep.
You pull
So
that out of you.
I know. And I'm just like, just messing, just talking. And that was it. He like, come down here a minute. I went down there, and, he was hard, but he was fair.
He was hard, man, but you're right. You had to know your stuff, and I loved his classes. It was what, hard tissue and soft tissue. I took them both twice.
soft tissue was soft tissue was the hardest class I took there.
Yeah.
Hard
Yeah.
hard tissue I was better at, but like soft tissue, I'm like, hold on a minute. I'm supposed to be looking at the lungs and not the spine. It's just like have to
Yeah.
disengage.
Yeah. And they all
It
start
was it
looking
was just harder to wrap my mind around.
right.
Everything more fuzzy. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Let me look cross-eyed at it. Oh, I see it. No, it's on the left, not the right. I'm like, oh crap, sorry. But he was great though, you know.
That's awesome. All right,
Yeah,
my
it's
man. Well, I'm gonna go head to the gym. Got to
awesome.
get my second workout in today.
Yeah, I'm gonna go walk in a minute. Just get moving around, man. It's we move around tables all day long, but you need to have stress-free walking too.
You gonna bring big boy Boone out with you?
Yeah, that's why I'm going out really, because it's been so hot lately. It's
Yeah.
hard on that boy. Been hard on him.
Yeah.
Well, you have a
Awesome.
good workout, my dude.
Yeah, my man. We'll talk before long. All right.
Yep, perfect.
All right. All our friends listening, follow, like, share this with a friend, do all that fancy stuff that all the other people tell you to do, and help us get this message out. God bless you. We love you.
Yep. God bless y'all.